right. So it's been a while, Paul. What's
Yeah,
been up in your life since we
man.
last recorded a Friday the 13th episode?
I think the biggest thing is I'm in our new house.
Yeah,
Uh,
me too.
yeah, my office is not together. It'll probably won't be together till January or something. It's
I
just low on the list.
I've got the rest of the office here hidden, and that's where nothing is together. There's boxes all around my computer that you can't see. It's real good. But I am Jackson of Just Annoyed now. Bored and Annoyed. That logo's still there because I'm lazy. But I am joined once again by Paul. And Paul, if you want to introduce yourself as usual, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Jason, we're both back. Happy to be here. Paul, you can find me on the Tales from the Flipside YouTube channel or at on Instagram at Paul's Problems CBSI.
Sweet. Thank you, sir. So today we are going to be discussing the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. Now, I know that the reviews aren't very good for this one. And I think there's a lot of people that didn't like this. But Paul, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. I think those people didn't suffer through the 10 movie series like we did. So I think that built appreciation for this remake. I thought it was awesome. I really liked it. I had like just a couple plot holes, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's extremely stupid, but it's still one of the best ones, I would say, because there are awesome kills in this. There are, breasts everywhere,
Yeah.
good looking people everywhere. It's kind of like I thought of it like it surprises me that it was 2009 too, because it's like the last bastion of like being able to be offensive. I mean, there's like token foreign characters in this. There are girl characters in this that literally have no personality whatsoever. I mean, they're
Yeah.
just there.
Right.
But yeah, the plot on this one, Paul, you watched it more recently than I did, so
I did. I texted you that it has the three J's, I'm going to call them. It's got Jason, Jugs, and Juicy Kills. And I think, yeah, actually, I just finished it tonight, so it was good. And I looked at the list of the playlist I had from before. In my opinion, Friday the 13th part, or I'm sorry, Friday the 13th, the original, number one, and part two happened in this world, and this would be essentially number three, in my opinion.
so are you assuming that they happened, or are you assuming that the same things happened, but it's still a new like series? Or are you're thinking this is like a new part three or what?
I think it's a new part three, in my
Okay,
opinion. With the flashback at the beginning, they basically cover number one with his mom being decapitated, and then
right.
the only tie into number two is that in his house is the the counselor's whistles hanging, which would kind of tie into number two that he'd killed more counselors at the camp, and then that was it. But
See, I kind of took the beginning part as almost like the Marvel Incredible Hulk movie
okay,
where it's like okay, well, we've seen this too many times. We're not going to do the whole origin story again. Let's just skip to the good stuff. But he has the same story, right? I mean, his
yeah,
mom was killed. They did show him and yeah, I'm going to challenge you on this because they do show him as a child watch his mom get killed and then go literally walk up and take the machete as a
yeah, and
kid
her head.
and her head. Yes. So they do also though have the part 2 bag over his head, the potato sack at the beginning.
Yeah.
And actually, I might say that the first 20 minutes of this is my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, that was one of the silver linings of this movie is it felt like a two in one. It felt like the first 30-ish minutes, 20, 30 minutes, it was like a short fan film, and it was just awesome. And then and that tied into the bigger part of the story because one of those characters was the sister that goes missing. Um,
Yes.
but I thought that yeah, that was great. It seemed like everything was fine until they messed with Jason's secret little garden. Uh,
Oh yes, his secret garden. That's right. He is a purveyor of marijuana in this movie.
yeah,
Um, Not literally, but Pretty much. I mean, he lives out there. Basically, some it starts with some kids going camping, but they're not really camping. They're there to get the pot, right?
Yeah, they got it from a third party source that there's this large garden out there. So these college kids are going out there to take as much of the crop as they can, sneak it into the car while their friends are asleep in the morning, and then enjoy the rest of their trip. But they never make it to morning.
Right, right. So yeah, they go out and we get a few kills right off the bat. I want to say three, and actually I've got the list. So okay, so Pamela Voorhees wouldn't count
Right?
as a Jason kill. Now we do get ear cut off and slashed with a machete for Wade. One of my favorite kills in the series happens at the beginning of this when he hangs the girl upside down in the sleeping bag over
Yeah,
the bonfire. That's great.
that's my number one for this
Oh,
this version,
for
kill
this one,
wise.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so too. I think so too. There
it's good
are a
homage
couple,
too.
but there's some great kills in this. I mean, let's just talk about the kills. One kill I really liked is there's a girl who like swims under a dock and she's
Yeah,
got her tits out or whatever, and he just slams his machete through the dock into her skull and pulls her up. And
yeah.
like she's hanging there dead with her tits hanging out. Yeah, just fucking. This is a fun movie. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good, and I didn't expect before she got to the dock, she was water skiing, and her boyfriend's driving the boat, and all of a sudden just gets an arrow to the head out of nowhere, and then
Yeah, Jason's quite the marksman, huh?
I think that's after he's got the mask, and I think that's what improves his aim because that bag was just
Yeah,
in the way,
how are you going to shoot an
right?
arrow with that bag? That's true. He must have been out there practicing though. So yeah, so the first one is basically just the setup of how the sister got taken, right? And then it
Yeah.
cuts to the logo up in the
But
top
well,
right of
the
your
only
screen.
reason she didn't get murdered is she looks like Jason's mom. The
Yes.
locket, she has I think she must have it in her pocket or something. But anyway, they never reveal how that happens other than when she's in the house before her boyfriend gets killed. He sees the locket and he's like, "This looks just like you."
Right. Yeah. So again, Jason is a mama's boy. He's obsessed with his mother. Now, do you feel like we're missing the whole Pamela Voorhees origin story stuff, or do you feel like okay, it's fine, we skip that because
No,
everybody's here
they
to see Jason?
Yeah, no, they tie it up because they show the flashback at the beginning, and then the campfire story when the kids, the first part of the movie, the one guy like tells the legend of Crystal Lake and how his mom
That's
was
right.
murdered and all that.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, fast forward through. I can't remember how long it was between the opening and
Six
the rest.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, so fast forward 6 weeks, we pick up with some campers, including the girl from Arrow. I forget her name. Give me a second here. Danielle Panabaker.
Yeah,
And she's with her douchey boyfriend and a bunch of other characters, kind of party animal type, goofy, classic horror trope characters, including one of the ridiculous parts of the movie is we have an Asian guy and a black guy as part of the gang who like openly mention right at the beginning, like they make it obvious, like that's what we're doing in this movie. We're gonna have the black character, the Asian character, and we're going to put it right out there. I think the black dude even makes a comment like, "Oh, you're going to make the black guy do pump the gas or whatever."
right, right.
Um, so yeah, the those characters are a little bit, I mean, they're fun, but it's hilarious that you could even get away with that.
Right.
I but you know what? It's fun, so I guess I don't give a shit. And then you've got Jared Padalecki, who do you know what he's from? I feel like he's like
Yeah.
somebody we were supposed to have recognized back in the day.
He is a big star from Supernatural.
Got it. Okay. So he was the supernatural guy. So he is separate from them. And he is the brother of the girl who we assume is dead at that point, really, right?
Yeah, yeah, you do.
Yeah, so he's on the hunt to try and find her. And essentially it's, you know, douchey assholes outside of the girlfriend and Jared Padalecki's character, who the movie takes off, you know, go following from there. So, I mean, what'd you think of the human characters, the actual plot? You know, do you have any problems with it, or is it fine
It,
for what this is?
fine, absolutely fine for what it is. The only plot hole that I really pulled out of nowhere was or not of nowhere, but anyway, the one that caught my eye was so they're at this guy's family cabin that's obviously been there a long time. They have a boat on Crystal Lake that's docked, and no one's ever run into Jason before. Um, but I think that's because they messed with the garden. That's my plot
That's
hole
your
plug.
excuse.
That's my
Okay.
excuse.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
He
Nobody's
doesn't.
seen now we know that Jason is around because there's a little bit of a like Texas Chainsaw
Right.
Massacre thing going on here where like there's like the hick people in the town that
Uh
know
huh.
about Jason and
Right.
know that nobody ever comes back when they go missing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff. So yeah, Jason's been around killing people. We can only assume. But yeah, I don't know. This is where it's like, can't can't we get something better though? Like as far as an
Yeah.
actual plot. Like I love the Jason kills and stuff, but I feel like we can do better at this point, you know?
Yeah. It was kind of like, hey, why don't we start overish? It was just a money grab, but it was a good
Right.
one.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now we've got 13 kills from Jason here. Might be some of the best kills because he's really brutal in this. There's
Yeah.
one character who, when he gets his mask, there's like a hick. Uh, there's like a hick character. What's his deal again? Is he selling? Is it his
He's
weed?
no, I think he also knows where this field is,
Okay.
and when he after he goes comes back with a big sack of it, and shortly after dies. So I mean, marijuana kills, man.
Again, you really think that Jason is just protecting his
No,
weed fields?
no, I'm just laughing at the
Well, you know,
the
Jason
connections
though,
I make.
Jason could use a bit, I think. He could
Yeah, I mean
probably
it.
use the
Yeah,
smoke a little bit,
yeah.
I would say.
His face probably hurts.
Yes. Now, I do feel like we have to talk about the two blonde, like bimbo characters who are with the cabin folk. There's two characters who are just like unrealistically hot and have, you
Right.
know, the huge knockers on them. I don't know how this one problem I have is I don't know how Danielle Panabaker's character is even a friend of any of these people that she's with.
Oh, I thought your problem was she didn't appear
Oh,
topless at all.
well, yes, but I mean, to her defense, I mean, it would look if they
she's
gave
she's too high class of an
she's
actress, I
too high
believe.
class and she doesn't have fake enough tits. I don't think is the
Right,
problem
right. So
because
she's dating Trent,
Trent,
the douchey guy who owns the cabin. Um, is how she's tied into that group, from my understanding.
yes, Trent is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um, Danielle Panabaker's character ends up going at one point with Jared Padalecki's character to like search for the sister or something.
Hmm.
I don't remember exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Um,
They. She invite. He's going door to door and just stumbles upon their cabin. And they'd already met at the gas station, and that went bad. She invites him in for some reason because she's being nice, and then Trent is a jerk to him. So he goes to leave, and she's like, "Oh, I'll walk you out." And then, and she's like, "Oh, you want some company?" So they drive, and they stumble upon. Eventually, they find the GPS from the original first part of the movie. They don't find the marijuana field, even though I thought the GPS was in that field. Maybe Jason moved his plants,
he planted it.
And then they go to the camp, and they go to Crystal Lake, and Jason comes back with a body, and they see him coming, and I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, and while that's happening, Trent is angry, and the one girl character who I thought these people were all friends, but
Yeah, me too.
one of the hottie girls like seduces him, and there is a hysterical sex scene in this
Yeah,
where Trent is like talking dirty. And he's just like, oh yeah, you fucking tits, baby. Oh yeah. And then he says something like perfect nipple placement, baby. And it's just, it's fantastic.
And my wife said never say that to her. And I was like, okay.
Perfect nipple placement, baby. Like, just what a douche this guy is. But yeah, that was fun. That was hilarious. Probably oh God, is this the most TNA in a Jason movie that we get?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, and I think it might be the bloodiest one too, right? I mean, is there one that's more brutal than this as far as his kills?
Maybe not all together. I think spaced throughout the series, yes, but all together in one movie, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, the Asian character gets it real good. He gets like a screwdriver or something through his neck up against like the wall, and it's just, ooh, Jason's a nasty fuck. Now, they did do something interesting with Jason in this too, where he's faster, he runs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he really is, he's a brute in this. How did you like Jason in this?
I thought he was great. Yeah, we were talking about, I pulled it up. So Derek Mears plays Jason, and him as an actor is 6'5", and Jared Padalecki is 6'4", because at the end when they're going at it, it's like, you know, usually Jason's just over you, and they're kind of toe to toe.
Now, I feel like they have to get pretty creative with that too, because I would imagine Jason still looks massive.
Oh yeah, he still has he's extra strong.
Yeah, and they've got the kind of low camera angle going where it's like they got it right lined up, kind of like The Hobbit, you know, just like how they filmed The Hobbit. But no, so yeah, I guess Jason does die in this. Now, one thing that surprised me in this one was I thought that Danielle Panabaker's character was going to be like the girl who survives.
Right.
That does not happen in this. So
no,
I thought that was weird.
Yeah, that was a surprise, because you could tell they were obviously falling for each other before they knew what was going on.
Right. Now the sister does, and I'm a little disappointed that they did the same shtick where the sister pretends to be Jason's mom.
Right.
Yeah, so the sister pretends to be Jason's mom and does the whole like, oh, you know, Jason, come here, blah, 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 blah. And they trick him and kill him. It's annoying how you can't come up with anything new, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they maybe just wanted it to be too much of a homage. The sister, by the way, is kept prisoner by Jason in his like dugout extra basement thing below his house.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about that too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the bells and...
Yeah, he's got like a whole booby trap alarm system thing going. He really built himself quite the lair, as opposed to in part 2 where he just had, you know, the little cabin with his mom's head on the table. I like that. I like that a lot. I am upset that we didn't get more of these. I know that there is a rights battle going on where I don't think that right now they can make any more of these. For a while, there was a found footage one planned, which, you know, would have been something different, but it sounds kind of stupid, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, overall, you like this one, huh? So where would this one go in your rankings, your Jason rankings?
Man, I'm looking at the playlist right now. I know that Jason Lives is our favorite.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be maybe fourth place, fifth place.
Yeah, that's about where I've got it. I think I would put it. Oh God, it seems unfair to do so, but just on entertainment value, I don't want to say that it's a better movie than the original, but I would rather watch this than the first one, I think. So I would probably go 6 for this 1. So this would be third, I think.
I thought I remember liking number 2, and you hated number 2.
I didn't hate 2, but 2 was just
repetitive.
Like a nothing movie. 3 stunk. I mean, a lot of them stink. You know,
Right.
we get to 7, 8, and 9,
Whew.
and that's where it really gets bad. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
when you watch 6 and then you watch 7, and you think that stinks, and then 8 is even worse, and then Jason Goes to Hell is like the worst thing ever made. So
Yeah, that was bad. I think that's probably why I like it so much, is because originally we were saying it's kind of a roller coaster series, and then it really drops, and this one really helped bring it up.
yeah, well, how do they say during this COVID thing? It's a V-shaped recovery. We've got a V-shaped recovery with the remake. I
Right.
would agree. It definitely is way better than the ass end of the series.
Yeah.
Now, I guess anything else to say about the remake, or should we talk a little bit about just the experience with the series in general?
I think my second favorite kill for this movie is the axe to the back when the guy's running. So the Asian guy's best buddy, who's the black character, he's they know he's or no, they don't know he doesn't come back from the shed, so he goes to go get him, and he encounters Jason. And my wife was saying it's good to see someone actually fight Jason back. He stabs him in the leg with the fire poker, I think, and gets away. But as he's running back to the main house, Jason just from man, I don't know, 25 yards, just double hands this axe right into the
Yes.
guy's back, and they're in the house. They hear him screaming, and so it was that one was pretty brutal.
Yes, and whenever we do our next series of this type of show, I will have clips from whatever it is we're
Yeah,
watching.
we can. Yeah, we are improving.
Yeah, we will improve on the next go around, because I definitely think there is value to being able, especially with a series like this,
Yeah,
pulling up clips of some of these awesome kills would be fun. So,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's a good point to bring up any deaths you want. There is one too where I believe there's a cop in this who gets like he sticks like a fire
Oh
poker
yeah,
through his face out the other side of the house or whatever, and
yeah.
like the other characters are kind of on the other side and see it come through the house.
Who was that cop? Because that face is so
So
the actor is familiar.
I know him from I know him from 24 is where I know him
Okay,
from, and I believe I brought that up on an episode
there
of
he is.
Downright Annoyed with Movies. So I think he was in something.
Richard Berge is his name.
I think he was in something that we watched for that show. I really do. And it would take me a second to try and figure it out, but I believe we watched something recently with him in it.
I'm just scrolling through his thing. Burn Notice TV series, Castle TV series. So I don't know. I don't know where I
Yeah.
know him from, but and then Jason's death, of course, death. We got to talk about too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we get how does Jason get killed again in this one?
So they're in a barn, which I like the kind of the homage stuff that they do. They're in a barn. Hit Jared and his sister are running away, and they're in the barn, and then Jason comes and they start fighting. Clay, sorry, I was looking up his name. So Clay and uh, Whitney, sister, sorry. So they're in the barn anyway. It doesn't matter. Jason comes. They're fighting. They're going toe to toe, and then there's the wood chipper. It's the barn where he got his mask, where he
Sure.
killed the one guy. So he's trying to push Clay's face into the wood chipper, and then his sister plays the mom card of Jason, and he turns around. He throws Clay's character, and then this is actually kind of cool. Clay takes a bear trap and puts it on his shoulder blade, and
Yep.
then like
I
wraps a
remember that.
chain, and then his sister pulls. So he does the hanging thing from one of the other movies.
Part 3.
Yeah, and then the wood breaks or something, and he gets up again, and then they throw the chain into the wood chipper, so it starts pulling him back,
Yes, that's right.
and he ends
Okay.
up getting the top of his head all bladed up, and then after that they go like the next morning. They cruise over some of the set scenes, which is kind of cool, but they dump his body into the water, the healing waters of Crystal Lake,
Gotta have a
and
sting, man. You gotta have a sting for the
kick
sequel.
his mask in and throw the necklace in, and then the last scene is Jason bursting up through the dock and grabbing his sister.
Yeah, the sting is funny because it's like you have to pretend that it never happened until
Yeah,
the next movie comes out, you know?
right,
And there's
right.
some that work better than others. Like, was it part six that they um submerged him and drowned him and like his eye opened at the end
Uh,
underwater? And then seven was the whole the telekinesis girl electrocuted the water and brought him back to life, right?
I think six, or yeah, seven. You're right, and then eight is the acid, where his whole body's dissolved.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. And
and
then he
then
has to come back as a fucking
they don't even.
weird.
Yeah, that was bad.
Can we pretend that didn't exist? I mean, that movie is just a disaster.
It makes me ill thinking about it. It was bad.
Yes.
Eating the heart scene, and it's just no,
It's
it's
just
terrible.
disgusting. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
you've got the actor. What does he say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck her mom and steal her husband's body or whatever from the morgue, whatever the fuck he says. But yeah,
something.
so that's the remake. Now the series in general. I guess we should disclose. I believe we both have pre-ordered what is coming out
Yeah,
the Blu-ray box set that Shout Factory under their Scream Factory title is releasing. So I'll probably end up watching all of these again. But it's funny because there's something about it. You can't sit here and say that these are like great movies, most of them anyway. You certainly can't. But there is something about it. What do you think it is about this series that is intriguing, that makes it fun? You know, I mean, what is it? Because there's so much stupid shit going on.
I think that is the draw. Just stupid shit, some nudity, some brutal kills, and like just an unstoppable killing force. And it's just I don't know, draws you in.
Well, and it's funny too because he's the best part of every movie,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
it's weird in the slasher genre. It's very twisted how fans of this genre, including myself, of course, you're rooting for him, right? I mean,
Right.
like if there was a movie where he just killed everyone, and you know the final girl didn't stop him or whatever, it wouldn't bother me in the least. I think it would be fun. So. Yeah, I guess the fact that he's all that matters and he's just this, you know, malevolent force that you know just enough about to be intrigued by and kind of Jason's a little unique because you almost feel sorry for him.
Right.
Um he's not like there's a reason he ended up the way he is, right? He's not just pure evil like a lot of these characters can be.
Mhm. Yeah. Just he's a product of his child. I don't know. Not even his childhood. He just his last order from the person who meant the most to him in the world, his mom, was go kill for mom. Go kill for mommy.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, it's great.
and her voice in his head is just the driving factor of destroy anything in your path.
Yeah, I do like that. Kill for mommy. Yeah, and he just, you know, he's got that love for his mother. He's killing people that remind him of the tormentors or the people that didn't care that he was being tormented when he was actually at this camp as a kid.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a fun character, fun movies. I guess we should rank them. Now, I don't know how prepared you are for this. But you know, for me, I feel like both of us know what the worst one is, right?
Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I have the, let's see if I can get this to work. I'll pull the playlist up so I'm not looking too far off to the side.
Yeah.
So I think six is the best one. I just,
I I think we're there. We're
yeah.
in lockstep on first and last. Now, you know, I would probably say a new beginning, or no, excuse me, the final chapter is my second favorite one. Um, yeah, how about you?
Um, Man, it's a toss up between two and three for me. I did like the final chapter.
Wait,
New
you like
Beginning. It's,
3? The one where the everybody shits and doesn't wipe their ass and it's all 3D stuff?
man, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think
3?
I liked 3 because I think if I remember right, you weren't a big fan of 3, but I liked 3. I thought it was. I thought it continued the story. I thought it was neat. But maybe I.
I think you're wrong. I don't think you liked it. I think you need to get that Blu-ray set real fast. 3 was the one where everybody's shitting and not wiping their ass. Jason gets his mask from that douchey, like nerdy guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I said the only good part about number 3 really was how he got his mask. I remember now. Yeah. So
Yeah. So I would go here. I'll just do mine. So I would go. Jason Lives final chapter. Then I guess I would say the remake. Then I would say part 1. Part. Ooh.
I'd do part 2 on my list. I'm with you till here.
Yeah, I think maybe part 2 or
And then a New Blood.
Jason X. Jason X. I kind of like.
What about 7? A New Blood.
You know, it's just so stupid. The beginning, the dad, the abusive father, who at the end of the movie is like the fucking hero.
I forgot about his angel cameo.
Yes, it's the worst.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Jason X could be
but
next.
That one is way better than Takes Manhattan Final Friday. It might be better than Jason X. I don't know. Jason X is fun. I think that one gets a little bit of a graded on a curve, kind of like the remake does, where it's like you just sat through garbage. So then you go to Jason X and it's like refreshing.
I do like his space station kill. That was a fun part for
but
the
bottom of the list is definitely Jason Goes to Hell. And I would say the second worst one, and it's funny because I feel like this one is kind of beloved, is Jason Takes Manhattan.
I don't know. There's barely any Manhattan.
Yeah.
It was all on that damn cruise ship. But
it was Toronto. It does have him punching someone's head off, which I appreciate.
That's true.
But yeah, it's garbage. So yeah, I'm gonna go 6, final chapter, remake, 1, 2, 7. A New Beginning is bad too.
Oh yeah.
7, 10.
It's bad.
7, 10. New Beginning, or 7, 10, 3, New Beginning, Jason Goes to Hell, or Jason Takes Manhattan, then Jason Goes to Hell. So somebody with a pen, hopefully you wrote all that down because I'm not going to remember. But that's my order. Basically, if you want to watch a good one, watch part 6. If you want to see the worst that Friday the 13th has to offer, I don't even consider it a Friday. It's not named Friday the 13th. It's fucking Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. So
yeah, that's the whole series does after that pretty much. That was. I still stand by what my wife's theory was that was meant for a entire different movie, and they said, well, that's not going to get accepted, so let's throw some Jason in there.
You might be right.
And some Freddy at the end.
Yeah. We just got the Jason license. We have the Freddy license. We got to do something with Jason.
Yeah.
The Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon from Evil Dead is in there.
Yeah.
So just a disaster. But yeah, that has been our Friday the 13th retrospective review. Final thoughts on this series as a whole. Now, we haven't watched Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, we talked about saving that and doing the Freddy series.
Yes. Yes. So
October's around the corner.
So, I thought for a sting for our Freddy series, I would just go ahead and let the group know it's coming. So yeah, watch out for that. And then, it's going to be interesting because not only with Freddy do we have a series of movies, but we also have a remake. So you get to compare the 2 remakes. And then you also have Freddy versus Jason. So, now Freddy Krueger, let's just segue into this. What is your history with Freddy Krueger?
I've seen bits and clips of movies. I don't know which one is which. I think I've seen the first one maybe twice.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's loose. I know that it has its weird, insane parts as well. But I I think it'll I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, and it'll be fun, and I'm gonna have a whole lot more shit to say about it because this is like you could put Freddy Krueger with there for like Star Wars for me is the reason I love movies. I mean, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Freddy Krueger. Obsessed. I just love Freddy Krueger. You know, um, yeah, and that was before my mind even reached the oh, he might be a pedophile stage.
What a weird aspect.
He he married he killed children. He probably didn't just kill them, right? You would think you'd have to be,
I guess.
but he's such a likable guy. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got a lot of personality.
he
So
does, he does. So yes, so let's do that next. And then I mean, who knows where we'll go? I want to watch the Hatchet movies.
yeah,
Um, so I feel like we have to do that. But yeah, this has been a very fun ride. I'm sorry for those who have actually been watching these videos that it took us so long to get to this remake, but both of us being busy, as you can see by our surroundings, you know, it has been fun to do these, and yeah, well, maybe we'll have to get on and review this Blu-ray set when it comes out too.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's sold out. The version we bought sold out.
It did.
The
Nice.
other one's still available. The regular without the exclusive poster and whatever else. But
And you
yeah.
know, this thing does look um and I'm sorry if you guys can hear my
I
keyboard.
might not open mine. I might have to dust it off in 5 years and see what I could
Really?
might do a storage flip. I don't know.
Really? Okay, so I mean this thing looks I'm just going to open it and share my screen here.
I hope, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I hope they don't send the poster folded. But maybe in the picture it appears
I
folded.
I've gotten their posters before and they're rolled. They're in a
Okay,
tube.
cool.
Um, but yes, I mean this thing is intense. This poster looks fucking great too, by the way.
Yeah.
But just the artwork, it looks like they really did a nice job. It's not one of those sets where it's gonna come in like a a bookcase thing where it's cardboard bullshit. Each one gets its own separate case. Apparently, there's just a ton of special features on it. Never before seen footage, but I know Jason fans have been waiting for this for a long time because I know the previous Blu-ray set was much maligned by
Hmm.
the horror community. They were not happy
Oh
with
wow.
what it had. So props to them for this. They've done Halloween. I can only expect they'll do Nightmare on Elm Street next, hopefully,
Oh
because
yeah.
the Nightmare on Elm Street one too is just it's a disaster. It's terrible. So
I wonder if they'll do like a mini glove or some sort of statue with the Freddy one versus a poster.
yeah,
Have they, I wonder,
you'd
just to
think
mix
they'd
it
do
up a little
something
bit.
fun like that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes these Blu-ray sets are just like,
They're like a deluxe video game that comes with
oh,
statues and
right,
all
yeah,
sorts
they
of
can be
stuff.
great. Now, the Nightmare on Elm Street one is a absolute travesty, and I will pull that up here. So basically, it comes in a case like
Jealous of your
this.
background, by the way. I couldn't figure out a good layout
For what?
for
For
up here
the
where I'd have a
podcast?
wall. Where I'd have a wall behind me,
Yeah,
I could
you
just.
know, I don't know what to do back here. Do I hang a green screen? Do I, what do I do? I don't know where to put because like it's funny because like when I'm sitting here, it makes sense to put like a poster there. Um, but like when you look at the room, it's so low to the ground, it doesn't
I don't
really
know.
make sense.
You can't
But
move your desk out just enough to put your DVD shelf behind you.
I could. It's not wide enough because there's
Hmm.
a so the I'm gonna give you a little view of the house that no one has seen. So there's a that's where like the internet connections are and stuff
Uh
is
huh.
up in that wooden thing, and I don't know if it's wide enough to get them there. Now the other thing is too, do I want them there because the theater is in the other room? So
Yeah, I would go for a green screen or poster.
right. But yeah, this is what we got for Freddy. So that's it.
Eh,
That's it. So, and I think it was $20. So everybody, anybody who wants to spend nothing, but like there's multiple movies on each disc. It's like that kind of
eh,
bullshit where they just
that's
threw something
trash.
together. Yeah, it was trash. So, yeah, but guess what? I've got them, so I'm ready to watch the next fucking series. Yeah, so the Nightmare on Elm Street series will be 7 episodes, a remake, and then Freddy versus Jason for the ending of our two titans of horror here.
And
You know,
that's fine because the even at 7 movies, the Friday the 13th series was they could have done it without a new beginning. They could have done without
you know
like
that's a good point. They really, really put out way too many fucking movies.
yeah
Because Freddy in the 80s was like one a year or one every year and a half for a while. And Friday the 13th was always kind of a step behind as far as the box office was concerned.
hmm,
Um, but yeah, they just, I mean, shit, what do we have? We have 10 at X, right? And then, so 11 would be the remake, right?
yeah.
So 12 movies, including Freddy versus Jason, and then Freddy has 9. So 3 less movies. But yeah, so I guess Freddy's next.
Sounds good.
Unless we want to decide to watch Hatchet first, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Kane Hodder, you know, God rest his soul, even though he's alive.
I
But
was gonna say what?
I mean, he died as Jason. He died a little bit inside. Now, I
Yeah.
can I can I be honest? I guess we'll part with this conversation. I don't think he's nearly the best Jason.
Well, I think the biggest thing. I mean, we watched his documentary, so I feel like a little bit closer to him as an actor, I guess, caring for his story. But I think the biggest thing he added was that the breathing thing he talked about in the documentary of that's kind of like his signature Jason thing. And I thought, yeah, I
Yep.
can get on board with that.
Yep. Okay. Now
Now,
he does.
how can you choose the best Jason except a new beginning, which doesn't count? But I mean, they all do the same thing, right? I mean, they're
I
just
Yeah, but there's a like part 6. That's not him, right? 7 was his first one. So part 6, he's got the fun of like the whole like physical acting of being surprised by his powers. There's that
yeah,
whole thing going on. Um, I guess yeah, 7 he does have he looks cool. I feel like the Jason in the remake is more like scary. He's chasing people and whatever, but
yeah,
but I do like that like
yeah,
almost like he's like a dog. Like he's like
right.
just a fucking monster. So,
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't ruin that with like a breathing sound. It was just him silently breathing, like he's just always silent stalker, no matter how out of breath he might be. Or
it is funny though how he's in the worst era of movies. Like his movies are the shit ones. He's in 7, 8, Jason Goes to Hell, and X.
yeah,
So poor guy. But that documentary was great. If anybody hasn't seen that, I forget the name of it. I don't know if you can pull it up. Um,
um, let's see. To Hell and Back, the Kane Hunter story.
to Hell and Back. So yeah, definitely check that out.
I think that's on Amazon. I think.
I think so too. I think it might be on Prime. Yeah. And I know it was on Shutter for a while, so it might still be on Shutter. But yeah. So anyway, Paul, where can people find you as for our goodbye here?
Yep. Find me on the YouTube channel Tales from the Flipside. Check it out, and on Instagram at Paul's Problems CBSI, right on the screen.
Yep, and I am Jackson, and you can find me right here on the Bored and Annoyed YouTube channel. And make sure you check back. I think we're both a little more settled in now, so I think we
Yeah,
can kind of get these rolling a little bit again. I don't want to speak for you, Paul, but I think it's a little easier now.
yeah, I can agree with that. I just someday I'll get it organized back here.
Are
Like,
you in a position too where it's like I like right now I have a bunch of shit and I just don't know what I want to do with it. Like I have like posters and all this crap that I had up at the last place and it's like I really want to be careful about where I put stuff. Um So I'm like, I just have crap everywhere that I can't get myself to do anything with.
I just haven't had or made time. Our guest room is full of all my stuff, but luckily I'm not being super pressured to empty that out. But kind of the same, yeah. Like, what do I want to put on this shelf? My old office was a upstairs attic, so I had those slanted walls,
Yep.
and this one's a regular room. So I just kind of trying to wrap my head over the best way to display my stuff, but we'll see.
Sweet. Hey, at
I'll
least you
cover it. I'll cover it all up. I don't care if there's
right.
if you
Me
can't see
too.
the wall, whatever.
We both have our own room, which is nice.
Yeah.
I was in a loft, so I feel your pain. Uh, but yeah, anyways, thank you for tuning in, and we will be back. Now, what are we reviewing for our Downright Annoyed show? I suppose we should plug that. The
Yeah.
Mist.
The
The
Mist.
Mist. Yes. Did you watch have you watched it yet again or no?
I haven't watched it again yet, but
Watch the black and white one if you get
that's
a
what I was
chance.
thinking because I
Yeah,
didn't know there was a black and white. The original I watched in color. I didn't know there was a black and
it
white
was
one.
very strange because it does give the movie a different feel, which we can kind of talk about on Saturday or whenever we record. But make sure you tune in for that. That will be on my channel. So that'll be right here. Hit the subscribe button, do what you got to do. And thanks again. Have a good one.